Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everybody. I'm recording this video quite a few weeks after I had this dream, but I think it's important for me to record it now because I've seen confirmation after confirmation of people who have God's spirit have spoke to about the same thing that He has spoken to me about, and just how important it is for us who are children of God to stay under the shadow of our Father's wings, because that's the only place that we're going to be safe, and there's nothing that we can do. But anyways, about, how would I say, maybe 6 weeks ago, I had a dream. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. But I dreamt that I was basically somewhere, and when I looked, me and my two oldest daughters, we were heading towards my pastor and his wife, and while we were heading towards them, I saw like some black. They were snakes, but they were dead. They were underground, so we had to step over them to get to my pastor and his wife. So we had to literally step over them, and I noticed that in a dream, even though they were snakes and they were dead, we weren't afraid. We were just walking over them like usual. And we stepped over them and we got to my pastor and his wife, and we greeted them. We hugged and we greeted them, and my pastor's wife handed me something that she had in her hands, and we were there greeting. Then all of a sudden, it was like it's like these black things that we walked over. They were snakes, and they were coming from everywhere. They were coming from underneath the earth, and it was thousands. It looked like millions of them, and they were just coming. They were just coming. They were just coming. They were just coming. I remember we looking back and seeing it and just in shock, and like I wouldn't say fear, because it wasn't like fear. It was just they weren't bothering us. They weren't coming towards us. They were literally just climbing up the out of the earth, and they were organized, and they started weaving. They started weaving these patterns in going up to the sky, like they were creating, like somebody would build a skyscraper, but it was just them. They were black snakes, and they were everywhere, and they were not paying attention to us. We were there watching it, and we it was almost like, oh my God, it was terrible. It was so much of them. It was like millions upon millions, and they were organized, and they knew what they were doing. It's like they were on a mission, and their mission was to create this wave around us. There was this wave. It was just going high and high and high and higher. And I remember coming out of the dream and just have this really holy fear, just this thing come over me, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just see? What did I just see? What did I just see? And at first I kept, I had it in my brain, like I couldn't think properly. I was like, because this thing was so vivid, and it was just, you realize that it was something like I shouldn't see. It was like something God showed me that, I don't know. But during that day, I was asking God, I was like, what did I see? What did I just see? What was this? What was this? And I remember God allowing me to get the revelation that this is the system, this beast system that everybody keep talking about. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And a lot of us are distracted. We're not focused on God. We're not focused on what we need to be focused on. And oh my God, even the church is going to be caught off guard. That's, I feel like my pastor and his wife in the dream was an indication of the church, who were supposed to be ready. We see the evidence on the ground. We were walking over these dead things. These are the evidence that God was showing us that there is something coming, and we were walking over them, going about our business, greeting and carrying on. And these things They're organized. They're organized. By time we recognize why, by time mankind recognize what is really going on, they would have already done the works already. They've already made their plans. They've already started what they're gonna do to mankind. It's gonna be a shock to people. We're gonna turn around and say, "Oh my God, we didn't see this coming," and it would have already been done. And it's worse than we could ever think. It's literally worse than we could ever think. And the only place, like I said before, that we're going to be safe is under the shadow of the Almighty in His presence. We need to know what God's presence is like. We need to stay there. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Oh my God. Do not get distracted. Don't lose focus. Don't look at the world. Don't worry about house and land and things and it's thrown in your mind in Instagram and Facebook and all of these things. We need to stay in the presence of God. And as much as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself, because none of us are perfect. Like I oh my God, it's going to be bad. But by the grace of God, we will make it through. We will make it through because God is with us. So I'm sending this video. I don't know who is going to see it, but I know that who needs to see it will see it in time. God bless y'all. Please stay focused and stay in the presence of God under the shadows of His wings.